British Columbia offers amazing coasts, rivers, and lakes on which to paddle, but you don't have to go far out of Vancouver to enjoy them. In fact, there are some real gems right in the urban centers of the Lower Mainland. Burnaby Lake's a good example, just under 2 miles in length, surrounded by forests and marshes. Many access points allow you into the park, but for paddling, your best bet is the Piper Spit access. Driving east along the Lougheed Highway, you turn off at Winston Street. It takes you to Piper Avenue, a parking lot, and access to the dock. There's lots of signage along the way, so you won't get lost. The area near the dock where you put in is always full of birds like ducks, geese, and herons. And if you're lucky, you might occasionally see an osprey or two. If you don't have your own canoe or kayak with you and you're not involved in one of the regional district's paddling programs, you will need to arrange for a rental. The park does not rent watercraft. Once you get on the water, aside from a few ducks with an odd sense of humor,
ducks are laughing at us already,
you can sit back and enjoy a paddle through nature as rich as any wilderness. If you go in early evening or morning, the only noise you'll hear is the swish of your paddle through the water and the occasional call of the birds. It's best to be quiet, and if you are, you may be lucky enough to spot one of the beavers that lives in the park, like this one, swimming from left to right and back again in front of our canoe. And lest you forget, take a look at the skyline. You are still in the heart of one of Canada's 3 largest urban areas, as evidenced by the skyscrapers you can see just a few miles away. Even closer to Burnaby Lake than those buildings, just minutes away, in fact, lies Deer Lake, a small body of water where you can rent canoes and kayaks for a paddle about along its shores. You'll see more waterfowl like ducks, maybe even see a fish or two jump. People do fish here. And if you're really lucky and you're there at the right time of the year, you may even see a heron rookery. However, out of consideration for the animals, do not get too close, as it really does disturb the birds. Even if you don't see much bird life or you don't want to fish there, on a nice day, you can just paddle out to the middle of the lake, lay back, and enjoy the blue skies above. Driving further east out of the city, you can enjoy some great paddling at Golden Ears Provincial Park, just 30 miles from downtown Vancouver. Huge Alouette Lake offers you plenty of room to really stretch out, canoe or kayak, and do some paddling. And even on days when it's socked in, it offers the unique beauty of thick, mist-shrouded, forest-clad mountainous shores. If you drive northwest instead of east from Vancouver, you'll enjoy some breathtaking views along the Sea to Sky Highway before arriving in Whistler, where you can paddle on the River of Golden Dreams. You actually start that paddle on Alta Lake, with a nice leisurely paddle about an hour long that takes you into a marsh. In the marsh, you paddle for about half an hour before taking a short portage over into the river itself. It's about 3.5 miles long with its meandering, and you'll see plenty of wildlife, especially birds, and maybe even a black bear or two. You finish off a wonderful day paddling in Green Lake. Oh, and by the way, canoes always have the right of way on the river. Wherever and whenever you paddle in BC's Lower Mainland, it's bound to be a wonderful experience. And hopefully, it will whet your appetite for more paddling adventures in British Columbia.